Hello, everybody out there in the land of make-believe. A few years ago, I was walking through a pet store, saw these teeny little creatures called poisonous dart frogs. And they're beautiful. They got all kinds of stripes and dots and colors, and they look like hypnotoads. They look like teeny tiny hypnotoads. So I got obsessed immediately, started looking into what you got to do to get yourself some dart frogs. Turned out it is an elaborate lifestyle. Having a poisonous dart frogs, you've got to know a lot about a lot of things. You can get some dart frogs, throw them in a little cage, watch them die. But if you want to care for dart frogs, these poisonous dart frogs from Brazil? Poisonous dart frog, also known as dart poison frog. What? Poison dart frog, also known as dart poison frog, or formerly known as poison arrow frog. Right. Because they used to use the poison from the frogs. Never mind. Oh, here we go. Bolivia, Costa Rica, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela, all kinds of places. Really? They got them in Hawaii? Of that, I did not know. Yeah, these frogs are from South America, they're like hot places, and so if you're going to care for the frogs, you got to have their environment correct. They are not poisonous in captivity because they get their poison from eating poisonous ants or some such. In any case, you don't have to worry about them being poisonous at home. In any case, saw these things, started getting into the research, and found out basically what I was going to have to do is create a biosphere for them to live in with the right kind of plants, the right kind of humidity, the right temperature, the right social climate. There's you have to have a little biosphere of feeder bugs in there, so that it will the cage will clean itself. So you get these little isopods, and you put them in there. Not only do the frogs like to eat them, but then they like to eat the frog's poop. So that's like it takes care of itself. In any case, I can't. That's not even all of it. Then you got to know how to build a vivarium, and I spent months researching this particular project, acquiring all of the required materials, started building the thing, and then I got about halfway into the project, and I had some real problems with my back. I ended up having to go through physical therapy, and this project, there was a lot of crouching and reaching and kind of, there was a lot of this, and it was not good for my back. So I had to put the whole project on hold for quite a while. I think I've been working on this for like 3 or 4 years, done a little bit here and there, but I haven't been able to finish it. I'd like to finish it within the next 3 months. That's my goal. Right now it's in storage. I'm going to pull it out. I've got all the stuff I need. I just need to get going on it. There's a couple of things that I need to fix. But while I was making it, I made a little video diary of it as I went, just kind of for my own purposes. So here's a supercut of my video diary. And at the end, I've got another video from another channel I made that's just kind of a walkthrough about where I'm at right now, things I need to fix. So hopefully what I like to do is finish this project, keep the video diary going, finish the project, get it planted, and get some frogs in there. I don't know how soon I'll get frogs in there, because need to get the plants in there. You need to get the biosphere working. You need to make sure everything's kind of going, and that you can maintain the right temperatures. And then you got to wait for some growth in the structure. The plants you put in kind of have to overgrow. The frogs like to have places to hide. So once I get it made, once I get it planted, once I get all the water features going, I might be able to put some fish in the I've got a water feature, which is why it's called a paludarium and not a vivarium. But it's going to have a little pool in it for fish. So I might be able to get some fish in there, but I don't see dart frogs going in there until possibly a year after I've finished, because I want to make sure that that biosphere is able to self-sustain for a while before I put in any little creatures that are going to depend on me for their livelihoods. I want to provide these frogs with a living experience that no other frogs will ever have. This is my goal. And so that's it. Let's watch that supercut right now. This is my Exoterra 36 by 18 by 18. That's inches. This is America. So, it's my cat. So, I am going to build a paludarium out of this. I've been messing around with it for a few weeks now, and I've got some plumbing figured out. And today, I'm going to glue things into place. This is the correct silicone GE2 doors and windows, and I got black. So apparently, this is good stuff. This is the right stuff that I'm supposed to use for the paludarium. But I don't know what it'll do when I put it on the foam. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so I cleaned everything with the isopropyl alcohol so I get some good adherence with the caulk. This is my intake for my filter, which is the second crazy thing that I'm doing. We'll get to that later. So I'm going to have some filter material in here, just a little catcher. Probably what they call it. I think they call it like a pond filter, but I don't know. It's just going to be a mesh of plastic is what I saw on the internet. And I'll get a chunk of that. We'll cram that in there. And then the rest of this will be, structure. All right, I'm ready to start putting in my little planter features and stuff. I'm going to do it all kinds of different ways. It's going to be a total hodgepodge. But you'll see those bamboo skewers sticking out there. I've got this planter I'm putting in next, and it's got holes in the bottom. These holes are for drainage. The other ones for drainage too, but those are going to get covered up, so they don't matter. But see, it's leaning on this bamboo skewer. Now, once I get that's my hand. Hi, everybody. Once I get all of the great stuff, foam put in over everything and carve out all the bits and drainage and whatnot, all of these things I'm going to clip down. I'll clip them down, put in the great stuff, and the great stuff will go over these. There will be, quarter inch at least, if not half inch, some places an inch underneath. Or sticking out. Some might be sticking out. I'll just clip them off. I'm going to cover it all with grout anyway, so it doesn't matter. Most of the foam all the foam is glued into place with silicone, so it's not really glue, but whatever. The pots, this pot's glued into place. Most of the pots aren't glued into place. I'm going to come back tomorrow with the great stuff and coat everything in great stuff. And that pipe in the skull, that's not going to be there. That's just so I could prop it up with its mouth open. That'll be a water feature. Yeah, buddy. What's gone? Oh, up here at the top, I'm going to put more stuff, but I have to wait until I have my fountain and river and waterfall figured out. I'll put the great stuff in, carve out my water features, and then figure out a few more planting areas up at the top. So even though it's barren now, I'll have plenty of stuff going on up here. And then I want to be able to see the glass in some spots. I'm going to put mirrors up. So it'll be mirrored so the light will get all over the place. It'll look cool. Okay, well, I've got on my apron and some rubber gloves. I'm just use this Great Stuff gap filler foam to create a rigid, uniform structure to put my mosaic on. Well, to tell you the truth, I have never used Great Stuff foam before, and this method I made up in my head, so I don't know if it'll work, but I've seen it in my mind. I'm going to do a little tester back here in the corner, or it won't matter, and see, test my hypothesis. All right, I emptied an entire can on this thing, and used a couple of different methods. Over there in the corner is mostly just sprayed in. See where the dripping? I like it. And then here I sprayed it on and kind of spread it around with my fingers. And I expected more stuff and greatness out of this great stuff, but you know, it is what it is. Apparently it's like working with marshmallow fluff you've just taken out of the microwave. I might be reaching with that, but that's exactly what it's like, except for it's not hot. I got some nifty results while I was moving things around after I got the foam in. And I covered this guy and kind of mushed it into him. See what will go down. He's got a hole drilled in his mouth. Goes out the top of his head, so I'm going to carve all this out where I'm going to have the water come out of his mouth. That's the plan there. We'll see how that works out. See how this fluff ends up looking. This is a lot of pink still. I had, from what I had heard, I had expected that the can I had would have filled this entire thing, and I would be drowning in it. But no, just that was what the can gave me down here at the bottom. Oh yeah, I got a little back here, in there, and in there. Yeah. I probably actually have as much back here and in some hidden places as I do out front, so. But still, I thought I'd fill the whole thing. Nope. Did not. Marshmallow fluff. So I'm going to go get some more cans. Alright, I've put in the expanding foam and started carving at it. Got a lot of little spaces carved out. Right here is the tunnel for a waterfall. And little planter areas, planting stuff. I still have to do the drainage here. I haven't done that yet. And a little doggy thing. Control the water. There's where the other water goes. I haven't had this set up yet. Oh, how'd you get over here? Put your back over in there. So, boom, blub, 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 blub. Down the rabbit hole it goes, and out the skull's mouth. Boo, through the tunnel, and bingo. That's how that's gonna work. And a lot of these I have drainage holes drilled through them. Into the lower compartments. So I have been making some modifications on my original design, which if you watch any of the other videos, see any of the pictures I posted, you'll see some changes with the upper area there at the top. Zoop. I had some, yes, that's the cat. I had some pots in there. And I took them out because they were just taking up space. I didn't know what I was going to do with them anyway. And then I made several more modifications just out of necessity. I'm trying to do this keep the lighting right because my lights are not good today. So I've dug out a pretty deep hole in here for drainage. And hydro balls. Hydro balls will go in there, then weed blocker or whatever, and some gravel and the dirt and whatnot. And in here, too, there's a hole, which I'm going to put a stint in. I have a bunch of little plastic. I have a long roll of, a cat. Long roll of plastic tubing. It's expensive. I think it's made out of silicone. In any case, it's tubing. Tubing will work. I'm going to put little stints of tubing in all the drainage holes. So that goes in there, and there's a little window for the frogs. Back here, you can't really see. Back here, you get the window. Oh, can you? I'll get my hand on it. No. Oh, there it is. There's my finger. You can kind of see it. I don't know. In any case, so the frogs have a little window in there. They can look out. I'm going to have mylar on the outside, so it'll be reflective, and they'll get plenty of light, because that is the entrance. Up here, you can kind of see the light back there. I got to scratch out a lot of the window's really dirty. And so the hole goes down there and then out at other areas. I was just showing you, this is where the fountain feature is. It's all full of crud. And then I'll have a kinetic ball feature there, if I can find it. Kinetic ball. This is just a regular ball, actually. But put it on here, the water will come up and spin the sparkly ball. Which I was looking for a good natural ball, but I ended up finding this. It's a composite of goldstone. So I guess there's goldstone in there, but it was put together with resin, so it's really round. Very spherical. I don't know if it's perfect, but it should spin. All the natural stuff I found, it isn't real perfect, and I didn't think it would spin. That's my shadow. See, as I'm talking about the lighting, and I apologize. So I got a good little tunnel in here where the second waterfall's coming out here, and it'll come through the back, out and across the top, where the water will originate from over here through this tube. Up, where is it? Up there it is. Boop, 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 boop. Water come out here, down the little river, which will have, I'm going to have a lot of glass marbles in here, filling up a lot of this space so that the frogs can't get stuck in it. It'll come out the side of this skull into this kind of a pool area here, again full of marbles so the frogs can't get stuck in it. And then down this little hole, whoop, into this tunnel, and out the mouth into the pool, which I think I'm going to end up having endler fish in. I still have to do some more research on that, but I might have endlers. And then, what else I got? Oh, another little window. I have mylar on the outside, so the frogs will have a little light from there. You know, but, oh, you stupid cat, what are you doing? Dumb cats. Sorry. Hold on, wait a second. Just get out of there, then, if you're having so much problems. Yeah, don't yell at me about it. Okay. I don't have editing software, so that's staying in. Oh, yeah, this is what I really wanted to show you guys. Is I keep talking about how I'm going to have a mosaic of stonework all over the... I swear... I will sell you to science. Get down. Get down. I'm not even kidding. I know some people hiss at me. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, this cat. I don't know what's up there that they think that they're all excited about all of a sudden. They haven't been, you guys, all night. Neither of you guys have even been over here all of a sudden. Oh, this is, I gotta be screwing around with these sons of... the hell? Oh, the stones. Okay, this entire thing is going to be covered with a mosaic of stones. I just want to put my hand through the shot. Mosaic of stones. Most of the surface areas is going to be stonework, and except for inside the pods, that'll just be a little mortar. I'm going to cover the whole thing with a thin skin of mortar, and then mortar in the stonework, and then hit all of the exposed areas with dry lock. We can cover him with her. We don't know. I don't know. It's going to be sexist because I'm going to cover the skull with. In fact, I'm hoping I can get mortar on it so that I can attach some smaller stones and some stone beads that I have and some crystals. A lot of crystals. Anyway, these are the stones that I'm going to be using to do all of this work. I still have a lot of stones to acquire before I'll have enough to actually do the thing. They're going to be sticking out like this, like little ledges sticking out. Stones, stones, stones. A lot of these were gifts from my homies at Northwest Rock Hounds, a group I belong to. I think the proprietors run a store, which is where I acquired several of these stones at the Northwest Rock Hound store. And also, some of the Northwest Rock Hounds sent me some because they're awesome people, all the Northwest Rock Hounds. Oh, I'm winded. So that's it. That's where I'm going now. The next step is going to be to get some clear silicone in a tube and set in the stints, the stints into the drainage holes that I have cut into all the pods that go into the water. So where's this one? Where's the drainage hole on this one? It's somewhere. By God. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's right in there. I think one or two of them I found didn't have drainage holes carved in them yet, but I'll get to that. It shouldn't be too hard. So, yep, going to put the drainage holes in and then get my first layer of mortar on, hopefully. That's my goal. That's what I'm hoping that I can do that year end. If I get some time off of work, I can just do a 3-day project on it and just get all the first layer of mortar in and figure out where the rocks are going to go. Okay, that's that.
Hello, everybody out there in the land of make-believe. This is the Reverend Barkley Laughing Wolf, diabolical minion of good, and this is my swamp palace. It's a paludarium. I thought maybe you'd be interested in the actual project, more of an in-depth sort of review of what I'm doing here. Have some other videos on another channel about how I built it up to now, but what happened was I was working on this project, was really into it, and I spent a lot of money on equipment to make it, and then my back went out. This got put on the back burner, but now that I am back in creative mode, I pulled it out and I'm going to finish it off and at least plant it up. If I don't get frogs in it right away, I'm not going to be too worried about it, but I want to get it planted out. So you say planted out, I know what you're talking about. This is just a crazy some sort of grotto. Yeah, it's a frog grotto is what it is, but I'll walk you through it real quick. I took grout and I grouted everything. Grouted it all over. Not everything. Well, it was everything. I grouted everything and then I had to come back and make some corrections. Now I'm doing this mosaic in semi-precious stones. The stones will get prettier as they get more towards where the eye is going to see. A lot of plants growing over stuff, so a lot of this is going to be just pebbles of just beach pebbles are going to be incorporated into the insides. The pebbles will be put in such a way that it'll make the water all drain down into the various drainage holes that I have cut in here. I feel like I might have to put in large holes. So you can see this tube sticking out a little bit, but when I'm done, the stone, I'll cut that down, and then the stone work will go right up to the edge of it. Water will drain right into all the little holes. Then, after I get all the grout put on, all the stones put on, and I hook up my water, water will go in here and out here. So this tube goes down, comes out here. Any of the water that comes down is going to go into my giant filter. I'll show you my filter in a minute. Get filtered out, come back up through here. I can control the amount of water that goes to each of these tubes. One comes out here, makes a river, down to here, little lake, down to here. This will be full of rocks, so that it won't be a pool. It'll be full of rocks, and then I'm gonna work out little spots where the frogs can drop their eggs if they want to, and they won't get washed away and they'll be in the water. So that'll be in like the second stage. Once I get it planted, then I'm gonna have to put frogs in it. Water will come through here, go through the back of this here, da boop bop, and then come out the mouth of this skull. The skull's going to be all mosaiced with the stones. In the top of the skull, I've got planters. So the plants here, and then plants coming out of the eyes. That'll all drain into the pool. The second set of the second water feature go up through here, come out here, and I had a little trouble. I actually got some grout in here. I had a little thing set up. What I wanted was a little ball that spun when the water come out. A stone orb that spun in here as the water came out, bubbled up, and then pours down here, and then just right into the pool. There's the oh Jesus, there's a bunch of grout in there. It sucks. I'm going to get that grout out of there. Oh, that happened. Hopefully it's not, hopefully it just fell in there. It's not dried in. It looks pretty dried in. Yeah, it's going to suck. How am I going to even get in there? Oh, Jesus. Anyway, so grout, water. Then I'm going to plant it all. There's going to be plants in here, plants in here, plants in here. There's plants all over the place. Little plants growing up. They'll grow up taller than this. I'm gonna build a hood, maybe about the same, a little bit smaller than the actual tank here. Wooden hood. And dry lock. There's a substance called dry lock because it's going to go over the whole thing so that no moisture gets into the grout, and it locks out any. There might be there might be chemicals in here. There's just chemicals in here that the frogs don't like. So dry lock it over, and then there's not going to be worry about any degassing or anything like that. But it's been here for a couple of years, so if there was any weird gases coming out of this, it should be degassed by now. Dry lock, plants. Then after the plants in, for the frogs, I have to grow a colony of good little bugs. I forget what they're called. Isopods, little pill bugs, basically what they are. And then once I put the frogs in, the frogs will be able to eat the isopods that are living in there, and the isopods will eat all of the waste that is produced by the frogs. So it will become a little biosphere. Hood comes up here, plants will grow up a little higher. We're going to have lighting. I'm going to have a misting system, and wow, that's about it. That's it, but I'm nowhere near that. So right now I'm kind of in a space where I can't get real, all my stuff's all over the place. There's not much I can work on with my hands creatively right now, so I'm kind of just playing with this. And hopefully I get this done. I really was excited about this project when it started out, and then I was basically hospitalized. I had trouble walking for about 6 months. Went through physical therapy. I am now to the point where I'm not in constant back pain. In fact, my back feels pretty good. So I think I should be able to get some more time in on this, and I'll show you progress as it goes. I'll do another progress video after I get all the stones put in and maybe some improvements done. There's a few things that I'm probably going to try to re-engineer before I get all the grout in. But otherwise, it's a fun little project. I'm really happy with it. And are you happy with it too, kitty? Yeah, no, you just want treats. Forget it. Okay, well, until then, stay tuned, stay cool, and support your local wizard.